So back in the day, during the Prohibition, they sold snake oil. A lot of snake oil elixirs and serums that essentially was supposed to be a heal-all, cure-all, but it just had alcohol in it. You could buy it legally and get fucked up on it. And there's this company started by this crooked senator from Louisiana called Hadacol, and he used to go to these fairs and these medicine shows, and he'd sling this stuff. And in the early 40s, when Hank Williams first got his radio show, he would do little 15-minute concerts on the air, and it would be sponsored by Hadacol, the cure-all, whatever. And it was 24 proof cough syrup is what it was. And so, 10 years later, the senator himself had this great idea that they were going to make all this money and put together this traveling caravan, this circus on a train, and push it through all these dry southern counties, and they would sell the stuff at it. But the way that you got into this festival of sorts, this early roaming music festival, South by Southwest before South by Southwest, was you had to buy two bottles or boxes of it, and you kept your box top and you used that as your ticket. And they sold it outside. So essentially, about 15,000 people would come together, buy a bunch of this stuff, get fucked up, then go to the show. And it was one of the last things Hank Williams did before he died. The guy who started it ended up running off with all the money, and even back in the 40s, he owed, over $2 million to artists and the government, all kinds of shit. But his name was Dud LeBlanc, and they got Hank Williams involved in this, and it was kind of sad. It was one of the last things Hank did, but it was also just really peculiar because they had clowns and movie stars and famous boxers and radio personalities and songwriters and singers and such. But so I wrote this song, and it's called the Hadacol Caravan Blues. I just thought it was too cool of a story to not try and write a song about. As bizarre it is, and this was my first talking blues song, so I really laid into it, and it's got about 38 verses. Not really.
With a voice like that, he can lay into me
anything. So if you see me staring at my shoes, which they are nice, I'm really looking at this paper over here.
It's already white.
Shoes are wider than the paper is right now. The paper been sitting in my guitar case for about a year. I still haven't memorized all the verses. Just imagine yourselves in a rural where the fuck ever in 1952, and Hank Williams comes to your town with Bob Hope and Minnie Pearl and all these people, and you basically have to get drunk to go. Step back so I can paint you a scene of a sepia-tone cracked Americana dream, the greatest generation you could never hope to be. See, a man named Dud, he made a new deal. The state senate had to give him this field. He took to selling snake oil back in 1943. Hadacol, don't you call it alcohol. Got the Hadacol Caravan Blues. See, in those dry southern counties, it was the best you could do. It's 12% preservatives and 24 proof. Keep your mind right and the law for you. Besides, it's medicine, it's good for you. It takes away your aches, and it's got vitamins too. And those family-sized bottles are practically selling themselves. Lafayette on a Friday night, 2 box tops get you tickets and feeling alright. What else could you do? They had Bob Hope and Minnie Pearl, Lucille Ball, Jack Dempsey, and Milton Berle, Roy Acuff, and old Hank Williams too. Hadacol, last bottle damn near gave me a fall. Got the Hadacol Caravan Blues. Hank used to sell the stuff on the radio. The Senator Doug really seemed to love putting on a show, so he thought, hell, why not go out and try to make a few dimes? They had drifting cowboys, clowns, and beauty queens. circus acts and elements and stars of the silver screen. It was the best show you could ask to see in 3 lifetimes. But Bob Hope would get nervous after Hank would go on with 15,000 people singing song after song after song after song after song after song after song, and every night turned into a goddamn 5 encore ordeal. Finally, Bob said it. He said, "I've had enough." Doug didn't even care to see if what Bob was saying was a bluff, and all hope was lost that night, Lou. Had a call, my old lady won't take my call. Got to Hadacol, Caravan blues. This is actually a true story, this next verse. Apparently, Milton Berle did not mesh well with Hank Williams' band because he didn't respect the other performers, and that's what this is about. Oh, Milton used to really get on Hank's nerves, just never giving the performers the respect they deserved. He'd stand on the side of the stage and act like a clown. Bo Lister told Hank Berle he better watch his back, and that dress-wearing son of a bitch better not do that during that act, or I'm gonna take this here guitar and give that queen a new crown. Oh, but the shows went on, and the checks started to bounce, and Hank really hated having all them Hollywood folks around. He told his buddy he felt like he just didn't belong. So he headed back to Nashville, no worse for the wear, but it's a long ride home when you just drink until you get there. But maybe in the back of that Cadillac he wrote a song. Hadacol, my old lady won't take my call. Got to Hadacol, Caravan blues. Hadacol, don't you call it alcohol. Got to Hadacol, Caravan blues. It's medicine. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I'm King George. Take care of your staff. Thanks to Matt. Thanks to Kendall. Thanks to Larry. He's not here.